The jungle was alive with sound. Birds calling, leaves whispering in the breeze, the distant rumble of water. High in the canopy, a troop of monkeys leaped from branch to branch, their chatter filling the air. There was plenty of food in the trees, so no reason to be afraid. This was home. They knew every twist of every vine, every hollow log, every sheltering leaf. Then, in a single heartbeat, everything changed. There was a snap, the sharp crack of a branch that had held a young mother and her baby monkey high above the ground. The little one lost its grip and plummeted. Leaves rustled, water splashed, and suddenly, from the top of the trees to the bottom of the lake, the jungle went silent. Every eye was on the tiny form disappearing beneath the water. The other monkeys chattered in alarm as they watched the baby disappear beneath the surface. For a moment, there was nothing but ripples, then movement. Dark shapes cut through the water, fast and silent. At first, there was only one, then two, then three. All eyes glinted above the surface, glistening like polished jewels in the sun. Crocodiles, the animals everyone feared the most, had come for the kill. The troop above screamed in alarm, their calls echoing through the forest. The baby thrashed, splashing desperately, trying to stay afloat. The water around it seemed to come alive as the crocodiles slowly began closing in. One was only a few feet away. It had powerful jaws and eyes that glistened with cold, hard hunger. If it wanted that monkey, no one would stop it. Even the other crocodiles seemed to know this. They fell silent, letting their companion do the hunting. Suddenly, a commotion on the bank caught everyone's attention. A male, larger than the rest, an older male, swung down from the tree next to the one the baby had fallen from. He landed dangerously close to the water. Before anyone could call out, he had grabbed a long branch and was swinging it hard, slapping the surface of the water with a loud crack. The crocodiles hesitated. Their heads snapped up toward the noise. When they looked back, the older male was ready for them, his face contorted in a snarl. With the strength born out of desperation, he jumped onto the branch again, grabbing another stick, and hurled it at the crocodiles. More branches snapped as the rest of the troop joined in, shaking the trees, throwing sticks, screaming as loud as they could. The air was filled with sound, a wall of noise meant to scare the predators away. But the danger wasn't over yet. One crocodile lunged, jaws wide, the splash so loud it echoed across the lake. The young monkey disappeared under the water. The older monkey screamed, rushing forward and wading in. Everything froze. No sound carried across the lake. It felt like the entire world was holding its breath. Everyone stared at the spot where the young monkey had been. The older one reached out and grabbed the little one by the scruff. Pulling it toward him, he dragged it to shore. The crocodiles thrashed in frustration, their tails whipping water into the air. But it was too late. The troop had formed a wall near the bank, their screams deafening. Slowly, cautiously, the crocodiles slid back beneath the surface and vanished. The forest was still again, except for the sound of the rescued monkey's heavy breathing, still clinging to the older one, shaking as the troop gathered around. Some touched it gently, reassuring it. Others stayed near the edge, watching the water to make sure the danger was truly gone. When they were sure the crocodiles had left, some of the monkeys climbed into the trees, but the majority remained near the edge of the water, keeping a watchful eye on the surface. Slowly, the fear faded from the young monkey's eyes, replaced by confusion and exhaustion. The last few hours had been terrifying. First the fall, then the struggle in the water, and finally, the feeling of being so cold you can barely move. But now, he was safe. The older monkey nudged the youngster gently, encouraging it to climb back into the trees. The little one hesitated for a moment, then started climbing, still wet, still trembling, but alive. The troop followed, sticking close together, their calls now softer, not of alarm, but of relief. The lake went calm. The ripples disappeared as if nothing had happened. But the monkeys would remember that day. They learned that even in the heart of danger, courage and unity could turn the odds. Maybe that's the lesson for us too. When the waters of life pull us under, when danger rushes toward us, sometimes the only thing that saves us is someone brave enough to fight for us. Did you enjoy this story? Do you want to hear more like it? Then stay tuned for more stories.